Hello and welcome to Crystal Ball of Light. So happy to connect with you today on a beautiful summer solstice day here in Aix-en-Provence again. It's been a while and I hope you all have been doing so well. I'm so excited to share this with you today. Like I was saying, summer solstice, there have been so many beautiful, wonderful offerings, meditations, yoga practices, wisdom shares from so many teachers and gurus and wonderful light workers everywhere, and sound gathering and dance and all that. So our heart must be so full. And so in gratitude and in plenitude, in receiving all of this wisdom and reminders. So I would just like to take this opportunity to share a little with you what I'm feeling personally, and to also bring you the sounds of the Alchemy crystal singing bowls. Some of these new ones really wants to come out and play with you. So I'm going to introduce them in a while. So first, yes, so this beautiful time, we are at this midpoint of the year of 2024, and today is, we always focus on this being the longest day of the year, right? With the sun setting way longer than normal. And it's interesting, like I was saying, we have a lot of focus and dedication and reminders that is that power of summer, is that masculine energy, being active, being vibrant, and we are totally feeling it. The sun is coming out after a few days of rain here as well. And very potently, we also have the full moon happening at the same time in the sign of Capricorn. So what is this wonderful message being brought to us, bringing to our awareness? So for me, so interestingly, I've been reading this little book with my son, and it's the book of I Ching, actually. It's like a comic version. And it's so interesting how this ancient wisdom, just by observing nature, observing these changes of time with the sun, with the planets, with the moon, and observing these rhythms of life and nature, realizing that yes, from this point onwards, actually, where we have the longest day of the year, the sun is really present. We have the shortest shadow, if you put a standpoint throughout the year, observing where the shadows go. But the ancients have observed that. But actually, at this time when we have this very light energy, right? So in the ancient Chinese wisdom, we're always talking about, the sign of the yin and yang, where the yin is that feminine energy, is the darkness, is the shadow, and the light of the yang and the sun and the masculine energy. This polarity is always happening, but we know that they're not completely separate. They're working with each other, and in them there is the elements of the other. And so we have observed that during the summer solstice, so when the energy of the masculine, of the light, is the strongest, actually that signifies where the yin energy is going to start, actually. So from this day onwards towards winter solstice, the days becoming shorter and shorter, right? And so the energy of the yin is actually starting to build from this point onwards. And so for me, this is such a wonderful reminder from this season, from this timing of the year. And so wonderfully, when we start the summer solstice is also when we have the sign of Cancer that is coming along as well. And I love the symbol of the crab because it's these polarities, right? We are drawing from these opposites where we are the spectrum. And so when we see these polarities, it reminds us of these axes to me. So the crab walking horizontally, to me, is a great reminder to remember this axis, this horizontal axis that we don't pay attention to a lot, which is actually about opening our heart, right? It's about this giving and receiving that we need to balance, to put boundaries to our heart. So this, creating these boundaries with the energy of the solar plexus, right? Having the confidence to say no and expressing the truth from our heart through our throat. This axis as well is that boundary of the heart, and it's about this horizontality that we sometimes forget to be a bit more in balance in our giving and receiving. And also with the crab that can be in the land and in the sea, that being grounded, being connected to the earth, coming from the sign of Gemini, that's a lot of air energy, that we're a lot in our head, and then moving into, when the sun is the fullest, at its longest and most powerful, we kind of propel into a lot of actions. We feel the vitality to get moving into actions. And so this is the reminder for us to get centered, to keep ourselves very grounded. And that grounding starts with being connected with our own body and connected with the earth. And so observing nature and being aware of the messages that they're always inspiring us with, it's so important and so wonderful, so accessible to all. We just need to pay attention and tune ourselves to it. So this crossing of the axis, to me, is this really the culminations of all the energies that is around right now, with the lunar energy, with the moon. It's said that it's called a lunar standstill, because in this time with the moon, where it's going to have a moonrise and the moon set, it's the furthest point as well. So it stays in the sky for a long time, looks like it's not moving. And so we get to observe the moon and the full power of the sun in the sign with the Capricorn that is very much an earth sign, and as we start the season of Cancer in the water sign. So Cancer is also have its planet association with the moon as well. So wow, what wonderful potent energies that's around that we're working with. So remind yourself of these axes of being grounded and elevating to the light that's always there, whether it's from the moon or the sun, the energies from above, the cosmos, and us. So finding that crossing of this axis of the vertical and the horizontal, we find center in our heart. So this is the reminder to find centering, find that opening to our heart, to answer to our own true self, to our true desires and action, and speak and live from this space. So this is my take, my inspirations from the beautiful cosmos, from the energies of the moon, the sun, and the planets, and what we feel with the season. And so amazingly, actually most of these are new bowls, and they really like to come out. And I love how this synchronicity, the bowls that come every time always carry a message as a group together. And somehow these new bowls all have, without me being so conscious into choosing, sometimes we pick a bowls because there is a certain alchemy that I like. Sometimes there are the colors that I'm drawn to. There are some, symbols and alchemies that I'm really attracted to. And then they come along and I study and I play with them and I feel the energy. And I'm so inspired that actually there's a commonality that is weaving through them. And this time it's a lot about that energy of awakening, of transformation, of highlighting this connection to that higher self that I'm so tuned to, aware that that's what my passion and my work is about. It's helping you and me to tune to that true voice that has been my own story and my path. And I love to share more practices and wisdom and teachings that I have received from my teachers with you that have helped me to get on this path, to connect with my true self, with my true voice, with the truest version of me. So I hope that this sound bath will help you to remember that axis of being grounded. I have two big bowls today. One is the grandfather. It feels so grounding and so anchoring to have this very wise masculine energy that's beyond that action and competition, but is confident and is at ease. So the grandfather bow is actually, interestingly, even though it's a grounding bow because it's a 9-inch, but the musical note is a B, so it's a crown chakra bow as well. So it's already in just this one bowl connecting us from the grounding to the top, right? And another 9-inch bowl is a Super 7. I'm just discovering it and it's beautiful. I love the crystal Super 7. And the sound of this bowl is just so, every time I listen to it, is a thymus gland association in an endocrine bowl. It's in the F sharp. And so that Super 7 of, really connecting us with that ascension wisdom, and as well connecting with our heart. And together they have that similar color and that similar really beautiful ensemble together. This is a C sharp and it's the smoky quartz. So again, that clarity, right? Getting to moving us from the darkness to light with the smoky quartz in the C sharp. So again, working with our root chakra and also the sexual gland. So these two will make beautiful pair together. And I also just really wanted to bring out this bowl because been so attracted to it. It's something that's so beautiful. Just beautiful. Look, this is a D sharp, so it's a Tibetan quartz copper, and it has Isis. It has the symbol of the Ankh, and also the Eye of Horus on it. So a really beautiful Egyptian goddess. Really beautiful. That protection and in the D sharp for the sacral chakra, for the adrenal gland, but also with the sacral chakra as well. And interestingly, with the Egyptian blue, somehow they just work so beautifully, and it has the white light angel, and this, as I said, is that boundary to our heart, which is our throat chakra. So this is a jewel to our throat. And lastly, this is a kyanite ball in the solar plexus. So this is the energy that we're feeling right now, that sun energy, that sun within us, that light of us that wants to shine out. This beautiful set is wanting to bring out that grounding, bringing you up, way up here to connect with that higher version, that truest version of you, by your opening of your heart, clearing whatever is giving you shadow and keeping you in the dark, to shine your light forward. So if you enjoy the content that we share with you, please do give us the like and subscribe to our channels. We share sporadically as we feel inspired to, with sound baths and wisdom and about these bowls. So if you like our content, if you don't want to miss any of these wonderful sound bath sessions that we give, please do subscribe to the channels and follow us on Instagram. And I'm so excited. There's so much more new content that I'm preparing for you. And I love to hear from comments from you and any sharing. So I hope you enjoyed this sound bath session with this energies of this beautiful set on this summer solstice and full moon day. thank you so much again for being here with us and for sharing this with us. So appreciate being able to present this with you. So see you again soon. Wishing you a beautiful solstice day with the full moon.